There is no intro this week. Hi, welcome to More Geek Than Gay. I'm Edward. And welcome back.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Wonky, tiny, whiny stuff.
Okay, hi! This is Edward of More Geek Than Gay. Hi! And I am off and driving to work right now. I just wanted to, I know some of you guys are probably freaking out. Why is he driving and doing a podcast thing at the same time? And that's because, wow, I'm at the tail end of too flippin' busy. So I need to find time where I can, regardless of how endangering it is. So hey, this is what you're getting right now. And also, don't I look lovely? This is me going to work and I'm looking like this. Can you imagine? But let me make sure that didn't do anything. Yay, good. Okay. So we've gotten moved. Although we are still moving stuff from the old place. At this moment, tentatively, everything has to be out by Friday. I'm waiting to hear from the lawyers to find out if that's a set in stone by Friday, or if that's a by Friday, but it'll take us a couple days to process, and therefore you have the weekend. Because if we have the weekend, that makes life a lot easier, because we have to figure out how to get the refrigerator out of there. And yeah, my friend Kim, hi Kim, finally told me how to get the doors off the refrigerator, and it was so easy. Felt kind of dumb, but you know, a lot of people probably move a lot easier. But it dawned on me, I'm like, a lot of people, they move easier because they had a planned move. They knew they were moving. Well, we kind of knew we were moving. We didn't know where we were moving to, and then once we finally found a place, then we could start moving. But for a little while, we weren't sure what was going on. But we have ourselves a nice little townhouse in a actually nice little area of town. We can start pretending we're snooty even a little. Just a little snooty. Not very snooty, but just a little snooty. There's like not a fast food place within walking distance. It's interesting there, which is not convenient when you're like when it's a Sunday night and you realize you're tired and you don't want to do anything. But like I said, we're mostly moved, so that's a good thing, and we should be back on a regular schedule starting next week. So this is kind of an irregular schedule thing right here. I'm just touching base with y'all to let you know that I haven't forgotten you. I love all my people. It's just life has been rough, man. It's been rough. We got all the cats over there. We got more than all the cats over there. Because we took the 3 little boys over there from the ladies from the sister brothers litter, because they were old enough and they were friendly, and we didn't want to leave them behind because they were already kind of bonded to us, and we were trying to hopefully find a home for them. And that's well, you know, that you've heard that story before already. And then one of her kittens she kind of abandoned, and we brought it over. We had to hand feed it for a little while, so it's becoming like the spoiled little one, inadvertently. It's a little girl, we're fairly certain, and we call it Junior, Dr. Junior Monkey Cat, but Junior to its friends. And it's gotten to be quite a personality, and of a litter of 5, I sadly suspect that it may be the sole survivor. I've seen Sister Brother over there. She's clearly like kind of missing seeing us around and us taking care of her like food-wise, but at the same time she's still being too skittish, so we can't get her and bring her over. We did bring over Brownie. We got all the rest of the outside cats over. We even brought over Brownie finally, but Brownie then freaked out and disappeared, and we haven't seen him since we brought him over. Because we brought them over as outside cats and put them outside, and Mama Retard Betty and Brave One all are fine. They just hang out with us and everything. They're like, oh, okay, this is the new home. You guys have food. We like this. But Brownie freaked out. So I'm hoping he's okay. I'm still hoping that he'll eventually show back up again, because he kind of did this to us before at the house. So during the move, all sorts of stuff. Well, Joseph's gotten sick, but hopefully he'll be better for next week's podcast. Karen's been busy moving, but I already got her kind of primed for us to start doing this again. So Joseph and Karen should be good, but Joseph's gotten sick. He's got pleurisy, which is a swelling of the lungs, and it makes it difficult for him to breathe. Actually kind of painful for him to breathe. So he's kind of resting a lot now, which is good. We got some medication for him. The main medication was so expensive. Hopefully we can get some insurance soon. Thank you, Mr. I'm sorry, I need to check to see. Okay, thank you, Mr. Obama. So hopefully we can get some insurance soon so that we can get him covered. Oh, speaking of being covered, I was hired. I'm no longer a temp. I am now a proper employee of R.R. Donnelly. I now work in I technically work in the other section of my department, but they have mainly had me doing the job that I did before, because my old section has been flooded with work, and the lady who's taking over for me, she's just not up to it yet. And I don't blame her. It's a lot of work. This is not me really trying to say anything about her. I just wish that she would relax because that's part of her big thing, is that she lets it become overwhelming. And it's a lot of work doing what I did. Where I'm at now, oddly enough, seems like it's not as busy, especially since, it's financial filings, and about the time that I really kick in as workflow in that department, the deadlines for virtually all the filings in that section have passed. So, okay. But it's good to be employed. I go for orientation tomorrow, and I'm going to have benefits and everything. I'm actually going to have insurance. I'll be able to go back on my HIV medication. Yay! Yay! Drugs that keep me alive. Moving, like I said, has just been an interesting experience. It's been horrible. Horrible. Got some of the main plants moved, but when we moved the rosemary, it died. We moved the Mexican oregano, which I found out is like a 7-foot tall little tree, and we're hoping that I didn't kill it by moving it. We had to move them though, because keeping them where they were at, they were definitely going to die. So, okay, good. the little camera thing on here. My finger likes to rub up against it and turn it off, so sometimes you get to see me checking that. But we moved it, and we've been moving everything. We still got the refrigerator over there that we got to get out of there. And I still have most of my stuff over there. I made sure that Joseph and Archie's stuff is moved out, so it's just basically my stuff now. And we're going to try to get all that into storage. Been finding all sorts of things. Like I found my McDonald's Inspector Gadget toy. That was kind of cool. And a whole bunch of games that I forgot I had. The DC comic book and Marvel comic cookbooks. Dynamite Secret Club Kids book or guide or something like that. Miscellaneous. I'm just finding all sorts of things. It's like, oh my God, I have this. Oh, all right. Found out that I seem to have almost the entire run of Milestone Comics, which I am so happy about because that was a great comic book company. Still better than most anything that's been put out by any other company. So, you know, just kind of keeping up on that. And we'll probably cover more of that as it comes up. Don't really have anything to say about anything because we've been off in our own little world. I'm kind of curious about the new Witches of East End or whatever. Just because someone compared it to Passions, and I loved Passions. DC Comics is doing Villains Month right now, but that's ending up being a huge snooze fest. It's like, oh, okay, you're giving me 2-cent origins and motivations for why they're doing it, when I'm like, I kind of already knew all that. And if you hadn't have revamped your universe, there'd be absolutely nothing to say on these. You're just basically establishing, oh yeah, these are the stories before, except for like 3 or 4 characters. Oh, okay. So, DC just really needs to do something to bring back the old universe. They can keep this new you going, just give us like a comic book or 2 that has the old universe in it, because this new universe is just not cutting it with the old fans. There's very few of us that I can tell are doing it, and their sales are dropping. They were experiencing fantastic sales for a while, but their sales are starting to drop. This is the first of official stops in this broadcast while I try to get myself something to eat real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I got myself a Subway sub, and that actually took a little longer than I meant it to, but I still should be good for getting to work on time. I just need to figure out where a nearby Wells Fargo bank is so I can make a quick deposit. Wow, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh! Monster cereals are out. That's not what I was saying. The monster cereals are out. Go get yourself some Count Chocula, some Frankenberry, some Blueberry. Oh, guess what? Go get yourself some Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute too, because they brought them back. Although, to be totally honest, they didn't really. They brought back the characters, but Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy both used to be Tutti Frutti. That was their flavor, Tutti Frutti. Well, now neither one of them is Tutti Frutti. Yummy Mummy they made into orange cream, and Fruit Brute they made into cherry. And oddly enough, the color scheme that they used for the cereal, they used Fruit Brute's color scheme because he used to have kind of an orange color cereal. They used his color scheme for the Yummy Mummy, and Yummy Mummy used to have a multicolored cereal, and they used Yummy Mummy's color scheme for Fruit Brute. So I don't know what they were thinking there, but I don't care because Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy are back, at least for right now. Yay! I got all 5. I'm happy. I'm a happy man about that. This is probably going to be like pretty much it for this week's podcast, because this is just me blabbing real quick. I want to thank everybody who is out there sticking with us. I know that we've been down for about a month, and I apologize. It's just been real rough with the foreclosure and the move. And by the way, get used to this being how the podcast is going to look for a little while, and possibly how it's going to sound for a little while, because all my box of technical stuff, like with the microphones and all that got packed away, and we were moving so quickly that box got lost. We have it. I know it's at the townhouse. Just have absolutely no idea where it's at in the townhouse at this moment. So we're not going to be deliberately being this cheap for a while. We're just out of necessity going to be being this cheap for a little while. But I do want to thank you all, and be back with us next week. We will be back with a closer to regular show next week. Yay! So until then, I just can't thank you all enough. Really, I've missed doing this, and you guys take it easy, and we will catch you next week. Bye!
And there is no outro this week. Only cute little kitten. Sad little kitten, I woke you up. Tune in again. Yes, say something. Don't say something. Go back to sleep. Yes.